How about we put down the mirrorless versus DSLR BS for a second, and let's get honest, okay? I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but I'm going to call it Mirrorless is Dead. Now, okay, before you get your panties in a wad, let me explain that for a second. I'm holding the Fuji. I love the hell out of the Fuji. So what the hell does mirrorless is dead mean? It means that this notion of us discussing whether a camera has a damn mirror in it, a reflex mirror, which basically never breaks, by the way, or it being a mirrorless camera, let's put that crap in the dirt. Okay? I did not buy and invest heavily into this camera system. I got a lot of Fuji cameras and a lot of Fuji lenses. I have got a wad of cash sitting back there in the back room that I cannot wait to give to Fuji for the XT2 when it comes out. I was able to handle for 3 minutes. Yeah, obviously 3 minutes is no basis upon which to evaluate a camera. Okay, we know that. But it is everything that I read it would be. I checked continuous autofocus, and people that I know and trust, including two people that I definitively know and trust, have called me and told me they actually have a Fuji XT2 in their hands, about the Fuji XT2 and its performance relative. One of them is a Nikon shooter also, and Fuji doesn't care what the hell you shoot. Some of the Fuji sponsored shooters, I mean, they're sitting there with the Nikon in one hand and the Fuji in the other hand. They don't care about that. I did not buy, when I stated early on that I did not buy into the hype of it being a lighter weight this camera with this lens is not that lightweight, and it's definitely not that small. I know it's got a vertical battery grip on it, but I'm a vertical battery grip slut. Love the hell out of vertical battery grips, and I'll definitely be buying the XT2 with the vertical battery grip for obvious reasons. The mirrorless stuff is dead. You should be buying a better camera that fits your needs. Someone says, well, you know, I like the ergonomics of this. That's fine. I can state succinctly, and you're going to think this is a really egotistical statement, but I actually am extremely certain that it is empirically valid. Existentially and empirically valid, in that I am better, having grown up, taken stuff apart. My God, I mean, I spent half my life taking stuff apart and seeing how it's made and designed, and having repaired cameras and I've made dozens and dozens of videos where I'm tearing apart cameras and showing you how to fix lenses that, unlike anybody else on YouTube, I don't care if you think this is an egotistical statement or not, but I'll just say a flat out, period, that I know what a better made camera is. I do. Some people pick something up, it's a plastic piece of junk. I'm not referring to any particular camera or brand, and they just think it's wonderful because of the specifications. Specifications do not tell you how well something is designed. It doesn't tell you about the ecosystem. It doesn't tell you about customer service. It does not tell you about customer support. It does not tell you about reliability. It does not tell you about durability. It does not tell you about sample variation. A lot of these people have actually told me about a particular lens that I absolutely have no love for. I love this lens. I'm like, that's great. You give me a phone call in 10 years when that lens stops working, okay? Or less. I love it. It's great. Okay. You let me know. You buy 10 of them, and then you report back to me on the sample variation on that lens. No bueno. So I can state... And, you know, you can call me, you know, a schmuck, whatever you want. I don't care. I don't believe it. I don't care. I think that as far as knowing how something is built, that I know more than, you know, any Sony photog or Nikon photog or Fuji photog that's making YouTube videos. I don't know any of them that are actually repairing lenses. There's some lenses that I can't repair because they're so incredibly complex, and you actually have to have centering devices to recenter the elements once you've taken them apart. Some of those lenses should not be repaired by me or by anybody unless they have $100,000 worth of machinery that I'm sure as hell not going to buy. Some of which I had access to at one point in time decades ago, but certainly do not now. So let's just say that mirrorless is dead. Let's just not talk about mirrorless versus dead. Screw this crap, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's say screw it. Mirrorless versus I said from day one that I did not buy into the notion that a mirror Is some issue. Well, you get focus peaking. That is exactly right. You know what? I've got some awesome Zeiss lenses back there, namely the super expensive $1,800 Zeiss 35mm f1.4. I stick that with the Metabones adapter on this Fuji, and with that shallow depth of field, even though I've got some hardcore skills in manually focusing, I can work magic on this Fuji more so than I can with an Nikon. I should have brought that lens out to show you. That lens is exquisite to use on this camera. It's a full frame lens. I don't care if it's a DX crop sensor. It doesn't matter. The point is that I can use that awesome piece of glass and nail focus peaking a lot more at a lot higher percentage than I can with my Nikon. And I'm really good at manually focusing. I mean, I am very good. I've even posted some tips and tricks on manually focusing lenses. But when you're at f1.4, and the moment comes and the moment passes, you should be nailing it. And even at a high percentage rate, I can't do that with a Nikon at an extremely high percentage rate at that extremely shallow depth of field. I can with this. I bought this because it's a superior camera. I know how well it's made. I've seen inside of a broken Fuji X-T1. It wasn't broken because it drooled on itself. It was broken because a user actually damaged it. He dropped it down a flight of stairs. I actually wanted to buy the camera and use the magnesium chassis as a work of art and use it in a giveaway contest, but the person wanted too much money for the camera, and I'm not going to pay, I'm not going to pay over $300 for a broken camera that's been kind of, smashed to heck. I might have for $150, but not for $300 plus. So mirrorless is dead. Let's talk about the best camera for you. Every video I've made, basically, and every time someone asks me a comment, they say, what should I buy? I don't say you should buy this. And I don't tell people to sell their stuff either. Every time someone says, should I sell? No, I say, I don't tell anybody to sell anything either. If that's what you want, fine. If you need a backup camera, I'll make a recommendation. I say, what is your budget and what do you plan on shooting? Let us be really damn honest about this Fuji camera, every Sony camera, every Nikon camera, and every Canon camera. And here's the damn facts, and you better listen close. It's undeniable. It's irrefutable. There's no camera company, whether it's Nikon, Fuji, Sony, that makes one camera that is the absolute best for everything. Like the Nikon, let's just take the Nikons for example. The two cameras that, if I only had two Nikon cameras, well, you got to sell off all those other Nikons. Okay, well, I have to keep the Nikon D500 and Nikon D810. Nikon D500 is the absolute pinnacle of sports, action, wildlife, and low light, and the Nikon D810 is the perfect wedding and portraiture lens and landscape lens. Has no A filter, 36 megapixels. Oh my God, that is the portrait lens. That is the wedding lens, the landscape camera. The wedding camera, the landscape camera, the portraiture camera, the D500, everything else. No camera company is ever going to trash their entire line. If any camera company made one camera that did everything supremely, which the Fuji X-T2, from all specifications and my brief encounter with it, seems like it will be awesome for that. No camera company is going to make a camera that is the absolute best at everything. I heavily bought into Fuji. I'm heavily bought into Fuji. What do I own? 18 Fuji lenses and 4 of their cameras. 5 of their cameras, 5 of their cameras. I'll be getting an X100T soon. That's my next Fuji camera, is the X100T. I've been planning to buy a X100T. Well, actually, my next Fuji camera will be the X-T2. I've got the money in the back room back there. I cannot wait to give away that money for Fuji X-T2 and a vertical grip. And let's say, oh, you're just a Fuji fanboy. No, I'm a person that knows cameras inside and out. I don't care what you think of me or what I look like or what I sound like. I know what I look like. I know what I sound like. But I don't make a dime whatever you buy. You go buy whatever the hell it is that you want. But I said from day one that I'm not buying into the mirrorless hype. And people say, well, now you got all that Fuji stuff. You seem like a contradiction. No, there is no contradiction there. I bought this camera because it's incredible. I bought this camera because I know how well it's made. I know their customer support. I know the ecosystem of this particular camera. I know well how it's made. I know how great their customer service is. I know about their customer service representation. I know how incredible their lenses are. I have tested You take the top 20 YouTube photographers, if you want to call them photographers, some of them anyway. Look, I don't just sit behind this desk, by the way. I was out shooting 2 hours yesterday. I do actually go out and shoot. I actually did a paid shoot 3 days ago. I did a paid shoot 3 days ago. It was a small corporate shoot. It only took me 1 hour. What's the point here? Mirrorless versus DSLR. Mirrorless versus DSLR. No, I bought this camera because I know what it is. The lenses are incredible. The 16mm Fuji is a lens that is so awesome it should not even exist. It is that damn good. The 56mm 1.2, incredible, unbelievable. This lens, the 50-140, lovely. The kit lens for the Fuji X-T1, the 18-55, incredible. Most kit lenses are pretty crummy by most companies. Not so the Fuji. All metal, made in Japan, made in Japan. Yes, this simple little pancake lens of 27mm here is made in China. I don't care. It's actually all metal lens. It's made just as good as Fuji's other lenses. Just because it's not made in Japan doesn't mean anything. But that's their simple little pancake lens. Made in Japan. Magnesium chassis. Incredible customer service. Impeccable customer support. Fantastic. I don't know what people don't understand. You know, mirrorless versus DSLR. Okay, my Nikon stuff is not going anywhere. By the way, happy 99th birthday to Nikon. Today is Nikon's 99th birthday. Happy birthday, Nikon. Great. My Nikon stuff's not going anywhere. Love the hell out of my Nikon D500. My Fuji X-T1 is not going anywhere when I get the X-T2. This is a classic camera. I made a video about yesterday. This is a classic camera that people are still going to be buying and using, and is still going to be rocking. I know how stuff is made. And like I said, if you think that's egotistical, fine, but I know it's a fact. I know more about how cameras are made, their durability, their sample variation, their reliability, because I've been taking crap apart my entire life. I mean, you know why I have so many damn light mods? I mean, I've got hundreds of light mod videos. Nobody else has anything even close to that number of light mods. It's like $5 light mod, $2 light mod, free light mod. I'm always thinking about building and constructing things and tearing things apart, thinking out of the box, thinking about how to fix something, how to improve something, how to mod something. We all have our pluses and minuses, okay? My pluses definitely are not looks, and they're definitely not my voice, you know. It's definitely not my skinny figure. Although I used to be skinny. I used to be. I got picture proof of that. Can't polish a turd, though, right? So, to hell with this mirrorless versus DSLR stuff. You know, to hell with it. I own this camera because it is that damn good. Are you listening, Fuji? Are you listening, Sony? Are you listening, Nikon? Fuji is doing all the right stuff that a lot of the other companies are not doing. They're not. Fuji's been making lenses for decades and decades a day. You go on eBay and you do a search for Fuji lenses, a lot of the matches that'll come up are these enormous, hard to build, super expensive, large format film lenses. I mean, Fuji's been rocking some hardcore. People, this is what shocks me. Most people don't know who the hell Fuji is. I mean, they're just not old enough. They don't realize it. People are like, oh, Fuji's going to be making a medium format camera. It's like, is that a damn shocker? Fuji's been making huge ass, much less medium format. Fuji's been making some huge ass, hardcore, large format, honking ass, huge damn lenses for decades and decades. It is no stretch for them to make medium format lenses and a medium format camera. Yes, Fuji's making a medium format camera. What that will be or when it comes out, I have no idea. But I know for damn sure that they're going to nail the medium format lenses to go with that medium format Fuji camera. I know it. I'm psychic. I got my crystal ball here right now. It's telling me, yes, you're 100% correct on that. And I will be. My prediction on that will be 100% correct. A company that's been making large format lenses for decades has no problem nailing to the wall medium format lenses for their medium format camera that is going to be coming out. But this video is not about medium format Fuji camera, which of course right now there's only speculations on, but there's plenty of information that they are making it. Okay, so this video is called To Hell with Mirrorless, and all hail and praise to the best camera. Here it sits. You know, don't give a damn. Mirrorless, Don't care. No mirror in there? Don't care. Awesome camera. I know how it's made. I know the company. I know the lenses. This is an awesome camera. Screw the whole mirrorless versus DSLR stuff, okay? Screw it. To hell with it. Really, honestly, to hell with it. It's like, people should be asked about the mirrorless DSLR. Yeah, I know this has focus peaking, and that's very wonderful for manual focus lenses. I mean, I've been preaching manual focus lenses and an adapter for use on Fuji for quite some time now. Great, there's a benefit. Great. Basically, the electronic viewfinder lag with the Fuji X-T2 is down to 0.006 or something like that. It's 0.00 something, something ridiculous. So, so what? Okay, that's been eliminated. Lag's been nearly eliminated. Autofocus tracking, from my indication, from my very, very brief handling of it, appears to be right at or close to the Nikon D500, and that is like, oh wow, holy damn. Everybody knows that the continuous autofocus tracking on the Fuji X-T1 is far, far, far from spectacular. But I knew that before I ever bought it. But I bought it because it's an awesome camera. Leicas are not good at continuous autofocus tracking. They're not even close to even the X-T1. So, to hell with mirrorless. And by to hell with mirrorless, I mean, to hell with the notion of mirrorless versus DSLR. And, what's the best camera? It's got the best lenses, best customer service, best customer support. That is what I care about. That is why I own the hell out of Fuji. I did not buy the Kool-Aid of mirrorless. And Fuji doesn't even preach that either. It's like, we got the best camera. I don't think Fuji says that. Maybe they do. I'm sure they probably do. Say we got the best camera. What's the best camera? They're not saying, oh, our cameras are ultra lightweight. Our cameras are, mirrorless. Mirrorless is the future. Huzzah! Mirrorless is the future. Shazam! Mirrorless is the future. No, it's the best camera. B-E-S-T camera. That's what's important, and that is why I own the hell out of Fuji. Okay? This was a off-the-cuff, from-my-heart review. Whatever you think about it, fine. Hate it, fine. Like it, fine. But I said it, and I damn well meant it. Okay? Bye.